All right, guys, welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau. This is episode 26. Just us and the boys. We got Mark over in Japan, Okinawa, yeah, and then we got Jed over in Wisconsin, specifically Kenosha area, right? Still,
Yeah, Kenosha, Milwaukee, right around there.
yeah, right.
I don't
Uh,
want people knowing
yeah,
exactly where I am.
Madison, Wisconsin, maybe. I don't know. Are you still in? Who knows?
He's
Who
on the
knows?
bay. He's literally on the bay.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the moon. Don't try to find me.
Okay.
The cheese.
Um,
Cheese is moon. Moon is made of cheese. Wisconsin.
I'll set up my telescope later. How have you guys been?
Been decent, man. Worn out, but good. Enjoying this weather, man. Finally getting some warm weather around here. Supposed to snow on Monday though.
Oh
Welcome to
yeah,
Wisconsin.
33 inches for us tonight.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
tonight and tomorrow. So we'll see.
It's
It better
literally
be
been
fucking.
nothing but like cloudy and rainy and 75 degrees every day. So I'm happy. I'm really happy.
Really. So do you actually get like decent weather over there? Because I know in Germany it was like the same situation, like cloudy, rainy, very depressing.
Oh no,
Uh,
it's subtropical island, so
yeah,
it's
it's true.
beautiful all the time.
I don't
I
know
mean, it's
why. I just every time I see Okinawa, it's always like doomy gloomy. Like wow,
oh yeah.
where?
Well, I send you guys like morning pictures whenever it's all cloudy, basically, right? But it's like just kind of like I like it that it's cloudy out right now because it's so hot, especially like just the sun beats down on you and it's without mercy. It's like you're a redheaded stepchild and the sun is your stepfather. So and it
Oh man,
just
do you
smacks the shit out of you.
want to hear a funny story about that? And your brother?
Oh yeah, sure. I
So
always like
we're
a
in
good story, bro.
right? So we're in home ec class in high school, and Logan is just being Logan, goofing off and being stupid. Um, and our teacher's like, Logan, if you don't be quiet, start behaving, I'm gonna beat you like a redheaded stepchild. And then this girl, Monique, is just like, I'm a redheaded stepchild. And the teacher did a total 180. She's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But it was
Getting
so
away
funny
with
because, of
that.
course, Logan was like, see, man, you can't even make insults like that anymore. And she just
Well,
gave
it's
him that
great
look like,
because
oh,
what have I
oh
done?
dude.
Well, you know, Logan, like he would fuck around and he would, you know, be the class clown, but the teachers all loved him, so he wouldn't
Yeah,
get in too much trouble. They'd tweak it a little
yeah,
bit for him. So good old Logan.
yeah. I mean, I did the same shit. I would be like, they'd finish the lecture, I'd finish my homework, and then I'd be like, well, I got 20 minutes left in class. Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I'd just wander into some other class mid lecture, like, what's up, Miss Pratt? How you doing? Hey, Mr.
uh,
Gozman, I wanted to talk to you about economics real quick.
Yo, real quick,
in the middle of his like government class.
I told Mr. Ghostman. I told him in probably the beginning of 2015. I was like, Donald Trump, he's running for president, and everyone in the room laughed their ass off at me and pointed and made fun of me. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. And he's like, huh, Donald Trump being president, that's fucking hilarious. And then like everyone was like, yeah, you're fucking stupid. And then like as soon as he became president, I was like, I thought back and I was like, but they feel real stupid right now, don't they?
I got
Hey,
the
you
last
said
laugh.
them.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well,
Well,
if you think about it, it's just like he wasn't a politician before. He's like there was no prospects really that he would be doing anything, right?
right.
So I would have laughed at you too, and then you could have laughed at me.
I mean, he said multiple times in interviews that he didn't really want to run.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
people would be like, "Do you ever see yourself running for president?" He's like, "I don't really want to run, but I fear I might have to." And like, I watched one of his interviews because like it was just something that was going around all the time, like in the last year or so, maybe 2 years. And like he would always like they wouldn't even ask, like they would never ask if he was racist until he was running for president.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Who just
Like, it's
asked
weird,
that to people too, though?
right?
Like,
It's like, hey, are
right?
you racist? Right? Yeah, but like then he became president, and everybody started saying racist. Like what?
Because he cared about
Yeah.
our borders. That was the big one. They were like, "Oh, drug dealers and MS-13," and you know what I mean. And then they just took that as, "Oh, he means all Mexicans." Like, no, you didn't even listen to the fucking context. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What killed me about that, man, is like what raised questions, I should say, is how strongly the mainstream media was against his ass. Like that to me shows
Right from the get-go.
he's a threat to them. You know what I mean? Like because
Right.
I don't trust them in general, their narrative, their motives. It's like so the fact that he was a threat kind of solidified that in a way. If you just watched what he did, you know, like even like one of his biggest things I think was like, I sound like I'm advocating for the guy, but I'm just saying like I just don't trust the government. But so basically, what he did was he put a price cap on insulin. And what was one of the very first things Biden took away?
Was the price cap on fucking insulin,
Yeah,
which by the way is like not that cost. It's not that costly to make. It doesn't cost that much to make at all. The guys that invented insulin or discovered insulin or whatever sold the patent for like $1 because they wanted it to be, available to anybody that needs it, because those people that literally need it to live, if they
Mhm.
don't have it, like people, whenever they get the notification on their like little device that they wear, like I need insulin now, they don't wait. They go now because it's life or death to them. And then these companies are charging like $600 for a dose.
right.
Like, are you fucking serious? That's what really grinds my gears. Like, yeah, if you work hard and you make a product and you use the best materials and all this stuff, you can charge whatever the fuck you want for it. I don't give a shit because you put in the time, you put in the effort, you used whatever, use best practices you could. But if you're making medicine for people that need it, and you're just gonna charge out the ass because you can, not even because you need to cover your costs and shit, like, where's the ethics in that business?
Yeah,
Where's your morality?
people have
Mhm.
died for your profits. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's just disgusting.
Yeah. Like I have no problem if they're gonna charge an arm and a leg for like painkillers, right? Because you don't
sure, yeah,
need a painkiller
no.
necessarily. Like
Certain
we can
certain
fix it.
situations you might,
Yeah,
when
but
it's when you really fuck your shit, maybe, but most of the time you don't.
hmm so whenever like but with the insulin or what heart medicine or something like that, like you actually need it to survive. So then yeah, then we have a problem. We have issues with charging like outrageous amounts of money for these medicines, right?
Yeah.
And well, have you guys seen? Do you still think that they're like attacking him or like kind of s- making small digs at him and
Ratings.
things like that?
Ratings. They as
Yeah, I
soon as
could
he
see
lost
that.
his presidency, they tanked. CNN, this is the owner of CNN talked about selling it because that's all they had, dude. No one watches the fucking news, dude. People watch. They don't trust them. You know what I mean? Like it's so easy to see their narrative. It's so easy to see the bullshit. It's like it was all for ratings. They were losing ratings, and they're like, well, what works? Hey,
Oh yeah. Well,
well,
then we go back to like conventional news is just dying anyways, right?
right, it
So
is, and it's
that was just a way to save it, I think, and now it's gonna go back to dying. And if it doesn't find something else, another boogeyman, another
well, there was a movie.
problem, then you never. I don't think it'll come
What was
back.
that? What was that movie? There was a movie about a reporter who would fake shit to get ratings. It was like Night Stalker or some shit, or
Oh yeah,
Night
yeah, yeah.
Watcher,
So
Night Crawler.
night crawlers are the people that like run around the city and like go and find stories at night,
Yeah,
like news articles to put on the news, right?
right.
And he would like go around. What was the actor in that one? Jed, do you know? Uh, Jared Leto, maybe? I don't know.
Something
Yeah,
like
he was going around and he was like, kind of setting up scenarios so that they would be worse, or angling like evidence, like what would be like evidence of the trash. He'd like take it or get rid of it and then like film it, stuff like that, setting up a lot of different situations so that he could get like the most gruesome or the like the worst shots or the worst possible outcome that would be actually better for him on camera, so that the
Yeah.
news cycle could run it. Yeah, it was a really interesting movie. I mean, it was shot really well, and the actor was wonderful in it. And like he's like a little off, but he's kind of with it. I mean, it was awesome to watch
It
that
kind of
movie. I
makes
really
you wonder,
recommend it.
dude. Like, what are they doing? You know,
What's that?
Hmm.
maybe
Like,
they're
are they already doing the
what are
same
they
thing, kind of?
right? Like what? Like you? Well, you can tell kind of doing the same thing. Like if there's any event, the way that they word it, the way that they incorporate unnecessary items into it, it's
Right. Yeah.
very
Well, yeah, they film it to, or they set everything up to like their narrative and their angle. Yeah, I think we're more aware of that now than we've ever been. Um, if we go back in the past, like we'll start looking up things from maybe, let's say, the early '90s. I feel like now we could probably point those things out that were already there, but back then we weren't. We were just oblivious to them, maybe.
well. We didn't have like a. It takes certain people to open your eyes to that shit. Like us right now, whoever's watching this, we may open their eyes to it, but back then they didn't have the internet. You know, it was whatever is on the TV. That's what it is. They took
Yep.
their word for it. They're an established network. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
for us to, dissect it and say, well, this is actually what happened, and it's the internet, dude. You can pull up anything from everywhere, like
Yeah.
to back your points. So um,
And now it's even harder because like back in the day, even if you knew the truth, even if you were like part of the incident that they reported on and you knew the truth and you tried to get it out there, they could stop you because they had the resources. But now, fuck, there's so many websites you can go on. There's, so many blog posts, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.
well,
I mean, you can get censored on plenty of them, sure,
and
but
why do you think that is, Jed? Why do you think
because they're
they
still trying to censor you. But
exactly?
it's easier to find at least one way to get your story out somewhere.
I think
Yeah.
it's practically impossible to completely censor somebody. You know what I
Well,
mean? Completely shut somebody down.
yeah, you can't. I mean, look at Alex Jones. He was every platform on the same single day. Boom, he was banned on every single platform. No real notice. I mean, he did get a notification, but it was very. You could tell it was organized. Um,
Yeah,
and you
but
can tell by the way I've been talking to the audience, I've backed off of some things that I think would get us banned, and that's due to that fact. But us just
Yeah.
talking about it, I think we're good. Um, there's some things I'd love to fucking talk about, but I know we would be banned if we talked about it. So
Yeah.
it's like, do I want to risk our channel being taken down? I mean, we might need to look at other alternatives like our own website or something. Because you set up your own
Yeah.
website, what are they gonna do? There's not a lot they can do.
There's no internet police. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like if we use, if we used a website to make our website, they might be able to say something, but even then, what they could say is limited because it's a contract that we're setting up our own thing and that they're not involved. Um, but like if we just set up our own website by ourselves, yeah, more work, but then we have literally no one to answer to unless
Well,
we're posting
Mhm.
like actual crimes, like videos of people getting snuffed out. Like some people post on some places. Thanks for showing me those, Mark. Appreciate it. Not a good time for
yeah.
me.
Thank you.
A
Yeah,
lot of
dude.
those are just on like regular chat forums in China. It's
Yeah,
just
I
happening
know.
all the time.
I know. I know. It's just I don't personally want to see somebody getting murdered and then disemboweled while I'm drinking my coffee in the morning. It's just not something I'm looking for to start my day with, Mark. I'm less interested in dead people as you.
I sometimes just think like, oh, that would be terrible to fix. Like you'd have to use so much embalming fluid to even keep that thing stable now. No.
Right.
But on the other hand, Jesus Christ, sorry guys.
How
Yeah.
did we even get onto that? It's
Anyway, so
one second.
Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal was the actor.
Was it Jake
Oh, that's who it
Gyllenhaal?
was.
Of
Okay,
course
I
it
Jake
didn't
was.
know.
Gyllenhaal. Yep, and he played Louis Lou Bloom, a stringer who records violent events late at night in Los Angeles and sells the footage to a local television news station. Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. You should really see it, Jed, if you haven't seen it.
it's got good scores on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and Metacritic. So yeah, maybe I'll look into it at some point. Probably never, but
No, you should. You should. If you got
you
some
gotta
time.
understand, like I'll go out of my way to watch some movies that I know I'm gonna like, and then other movies I'll only watch if they like pop up on like new or trending on Netflix and be like, yeah, well, that sounds good. I'll give it a watch. But like I don't generally go out of my way to watch movies unless they're new and I'm really interested in them, or both.
Well, new movies
Well,
anymore are very uh I don't know if this is because I'm getting older and I'm more sensitive to propaganda, but it's anymore it's very, you can tell it's forced and propagated, um you know, women's rights and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, not that I have a problem
Yeah,
with that, but it's like, man, why can't we just get back to I think that's why I love the old movies. Like older movies are the shit because they didn't have to make it so social, s- like cultural, they didn't have to
yeah.
make it so appropriate, so
I
I will
think what
say,
you I think what I've seen is like, um, for sure, they focus on the moral of the story and not the actual story whenever they write it, right?
right.
And it's been getting in the way of like good storytelling or good filmmaking, anything like that. And then also they focus on the morals of the actors and they focus on like who they are as people rather than their talents or what they look like. They don't think of like how they actually are on the screen acting, doing their job. They're more worried about their appearance in the public and things like that. And it's really,
yeah.
I wouldn't say it ruined movies, but it's brought the industry down as a whole for sure.
Oh, definitely. Like I don't know the whole details of the story, but like they revamped Static Shock. I don't know if you guys know that. It's like a superhero type of thing, but they
The dude
basically
that rides on manhole covers or something.
yeah, yeah. And
Oh, it's like
basically
morning
they
cartoon stuff.
yeah, morning cartoon stuff, but they revamped it so Static Shock was at a Black Lives Matter protest. This is how they did it, dude. Like he's at a Black Lives Matter protest, and then like they did a shitty string along. Like all of a sudden, these villains have superpowers out of nowhere. Like in the actual Static Shock, there was a good reason, like a legitimate, like scientific, like, oh, okay, they got like superpowers from this like uh formula that like was spilt on a bad gang meetup and shit. And, like, but now it's like, oh, they were at a Black Lives Matter protest and the cops broke it up and they got magical superpowers. It's like there's no plot to that. You're just making it cultural. Like, you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
They
disgusting.
could, there's a way they could have probably written that so it was like better. It's
Oh,
terrible.
definitely. Yeah.
Too bad.
And there was all that kickback too, like when Captain Marvel came out, and she's just like this super overpowered character, just because they wanted a strong female lead, and like it seems so forced. One thing that I'll say though is I just watched that new Disney movie Raya and the Last Dragon, and again, strong female character, but at least in that movie it worked. Like it made sense, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
daughter of the chief gets turned into stone, or whatever. It's a weird thing going on, and she's just trying to get her dad back, and it did have some like propaganda promotional stuff, but it was just like these different tribes of the same people coming back together and like kind of like trusting your neighbor, and I was like, I guess of all the shit to push,
That's a
peace,
good
love,
one.
and acceptance is probably the better ones I can think of,
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh, welcome back.
What's
Oh,
up, guys?
very
Hey.
nice.
Who is this? Is this who I think it is?
This is Lane.
It's
Is
Lane.
is Mark back on, or is he gone?
No, I'm here. What's up?
Give it a
Oh.
second. We had a bot in there. Can only show so many screens.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Welcome
Well,
back.
Yeah. I charged my phone up. I'm at my cabin now, so I just fucking seen you guys were still on there. And Mark said something about doing a bong rip, and I just didn't. So now I'm here to do this.
There you go, man.
Perfect.
There you go.
Gentleman's
There
Bureau.
you
We
go.
have it all.
Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
What freedom looks like.
YouTube, for the record, it's legal where he is. It is legal where he is. Don't ban.
Oh yeah, it's totally legal to smoke pot where I'm at.
That's
So-
awesome.
So yeah, guys, right on. So, what all have you guys been conversating about since the last time you see me?
We were just talking about strong female characters being pushed in movies now, and how movies have kind of gone down since they started making everything culturally appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Been talking about that.
down your throat.
Down your throat, huh? That's huh. All right.
Yes.
Females down your throat. That's a new one, huh?
I prefer natural vagina, not doctor made. That's just me.
But
Is that what that reference was to, or is that just totally not acceptable to say?
I don't know anymore.
I don't either. You know what? That's fucked up. I was talking to a girl the other day, and I was like, not to be rude or anything, but I personally, what I like is a natural vagina that came from a vagina. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I appreciate in life. That's a God or evolution given right. So,
Man.
you know what I'm saying?
Amen, brother.
I mean, I don't give a shit what you want to do with your evolution or God-given cock. If you want to turn it into a vagina, that's your prerogative. Personally, I like natural. So,
Man, it's kind of weird that, at some point it's going to get to that stage where, like I'm just thinking back in the day, you went to the bars, you hung out, you're talking to a honey and you knew it was a honey. You know what I mean? But now it's just going to be like, oh, hey, are you fluid transgender fucking like QGB2 like whatever the fuck they got, man. Like it's just
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to just. Everybody's gonna have to meet off of dating apps where they're specially designed for what you're
What
looking
you
for.
want,
I think.
yeah. Exactly.
No, but then you have to be careful, man. People lie on those things all the fucking time, Like we had that.
People lie on the
person that
internet,
asked us-
Jed. Holy shit.
Yeah, no. But, like we had that person that had that question for us about how she was dating this dude for like 8 months and didn't know he had 3 kids. It'll be the same
Yeah.
thing. You'll have people that get on there that have gone partially or all the way through conversion therapy, and they just won't say anything about it. They'll say, "Yeah, I'm a female." And they won't say shit. And then you meet up with him and you're like, "Wow, why is your jawline so much stronger than mine?" Wow,
That
did you used to
apple
play
is huge.
football with those hands? And you're like, wait a minute, this is a fucking trap. And it's like, I don't have a problem with you personally. I have a problem with your choice to lie.
Yeah.
If you believe you're a female and you want to go through conversion therapy, more power to you. Live your life, but be honest. Don't lie to people because, like you said, man, like I'm not in it just for the feeling. I'm in it for the possibilities afterwards. I'm not just dating for a good night. I'm dating for a good rest of my life with children.
And that you can't do that.
2 dicks don't make
that
kids.
thing. Yeah, that thing you've turned your penis into is not capable of bearing children. So don't lie.
Yeah, just be honest, people. That's what we care about: honesty, integrity, honor, respect.
What are you, the fucking Marine?
You know I'm an Eagle
Right.
Scout.
Dude, I never got past. I never even got to Weebelo. Everybody fucking quit.
Oh,
Like
I did
one
it
kid was
too.
like, I don't want to do it anymore, and then his mom was like, well, my son's not doing it anymore, so I don't want to help chaperone. And then all the other teachers, all the other guys are like, yeah, well, we can't do it with just like 3 of us. We need more people than that. So, like me, Lane, Mark, my brother, all the other kids that were doing like Boy Scouts either had to go 30, 40 miles away to a different Boy Scout troop or just not do it anymore.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I don't want to be molested anymore.
I
This
got
isn't
sick
cool.
and tired of.
yeah, sick and tired of all the guys making me sleep in their tents.
all the old men
Naked.
saying they had better tents than me and luring me into their nice, what is it called? Fucking
Sleeping
Coleman.
bags.
Coleman.
Oh, man.
Nah, but no, I got sick and tired of like we just kept going to meetings, and I was like, when's the campouts? Like, can we go camping?
When's the
Like,
real
Fair,
stuff?
yeah. Like we would just meet at people's houses and like, oh, we're gonna build a birdhouse. Oh, we're
We're
gonna
gonna
tie
learn
some
about
knots and
knots.
read from this book.
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, but like, when can we go out in the fucking woods and use this knowledge we fucking learned?
right.
Yep.
Whatever.
So-
I'm a man. I want to fuck Mother Nature. God damn it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I tell you what, Mother Nature's got a big cock and she's fucked me a couple times.
Oh my god.
Got you there, man. I feel
Oh
you.
shit. That's the biggest brutal bitch that I know of. Mother Nature will destroy every fucking one of us if she wants to. Dude,
Yeah.
that Yellowstone volcano got all fucking huge geological shit underneath fucking Wyoming pops. We're fucked. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what you think, Trump or Biden. Who gives a shit? I'm voting for fucking Mr. Volcano to take us all out 2020.
Holy shit.
That's a long time from now.
Yeah, 2020, Jesus Christ.
Oh wait, 2020 is the long. 2022. That's that dyslexia, guys. I put the sexy in dyslexia. Like fuck.
Shit.
Oh, shit, dude.
So, as a Eagle Scout, what did you do up there, having such your access to everything? I guess in Alaska, like that Eagle Scouts kind of stand for. Like out in the woods, basically training like a goddamn Green Beret. I guess I don't know.
Kind of like a modern day mountain man.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. You, I guess, learn a lot about nature and everything. I don't know. Fishing.
Are,
There it is.
like, I would definitely surpass most people's skills. I mean, I was taught shit that most people don't ever even like think about or look into, like, and it's just all strictly directly involved with the Alaskan forest because that's how my scoutmaster taught us. You can Google this guy, Tom Brown. He was Tom Brown was a survivalist. He might not even be dead. He might still be alive. But my scoutmaster went to his survival schools on the East Coast, and Tom Brown was one of another. There was 2 of them, and they were adopted by an Apache scout. Back to the Native Americans. Anyways, the Apache scout that brought him up. They raised him. And his name was Grandfather, and he taught those boys a lot of really unique things. Tom Brown's got some books out there that would blow your fucking mind because it's all true. And it's a lost art that we don't really have out there. We have all this knowledge of the internet, but people would rather watch what 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj are making videos about than learn what to happen when your fucking credit card and internet don't work anymore.
Right.
Yeah, what the fuck you gonna do? Like,
This
do you
is,
know how to grow your own food?
Right? This is Tom Brown Jr. actually.
Yeah, junior, my bad. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
junior.
He is still alive. He was actually born in New Jersey.
Okay. Yep.
He's got Tom Brown Jr.'s tracking school. Founded that in 1978, man. Yeah, this guy looks like a naturalist.
Yeah, well,
Nice.
he's the ultimate. There's a movie called oh fuck, who was in it? Tommy Lee Jones and another guy called The Hunting. Do you remember that movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So The Hunting is about a book, and the book was called My Frankenstein. And I believe Tom Brown was the guy that taught that specific Navy SEAL or Green Beret or whatever he was. Google man's taking care of that.
I love it.
Oh, dude.
Look that up,
Nah,
Jamie, would you?
Look
he's
that
got
up,
like
Jeff.
19 books out. He's written like 19 books. Apparently, in his books, he claims from the age of 7, he and his childhood friend Rick were trained in tracking and wilderness survival by his grandfather, Stalking Wolf.
Yeah,
What a
that
fucking
motherfucker.
what a fucking crazy name.
That's
Stalking
cool. Hell yeah.
So I heard somewhere, and you might know more about this than I do, Lane, that a lot of native tribes will get their they used to at least get their names from like when they walked out of the tent. The first thing the father saw was what he would name his kid.
I don't know about that shit, but I got a funny fucking story that's relevant. So you will never believe what my dad's nickname is.
What is it?
Well,
Man
when
with
he
many
was
wives.
2 years old, and he was a child out in those small villages, he had mosquito bites all over his fucking ass.
Mosquito bites?
Mosquito bites, because there's a bunch of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Right.
And she was like, well, you just look like a little Skeeter, don't you? And it stuck. My father's name is Skeeter. In fact, you should, I don't know if you can Google this one, but Google Skeeter isn't a drug dealer, kind of. It's by Crude Magazine.
Hey.
What the hell?
All right.
Skeeter. He just gets called Skeeter. That's great.
By what magazine?
Crude, Krude magazine. And if you don't find it, that's okay, because what I'm getting at is what my fucking dad does. We pick a fucking mushroom, and then we burn it down, and then we sell it. And the majority of our clients are Alaskan Native village stores and,
Okay.
like, different Western Alaskan places. It's punkash.com. You should look up
Punkash?
punkash. It's a pretty intense additive. You put it in tobacco and it just supercharges the nicotine. And when I tried a little dip of it, I fucking passed out for like 30 minutes.
Jesus. So did the natives use it in like rituals or something?
So they used it before the Russians showed up, and then when the Russians showed up, they had chewing tobacco in their mouth, and they swapped it, and the native guys passed out, and the Russian dudes were like, what the fuck? What are you guys chewing on? And it was the combination that did it. It was the combination of the punkash and the nicotine inside of the tobacco that changes the pH of nicotine, and it just absorbs into your body into a phenomenal rate, and it just fucks you up. I mean, in a way that you've never been fucked up before. It's
I
like,
need to get a hold of this.
go to punkash.com and tell them that Lane sent you, and they'll probably send you an ounce that's like an ounce and then some.
Oh. Nice.
Good.
Lane, just living up in Alaska, being free as hell. This amazing.
Sure is.
Hit the bong for
I
everybody.
see Google guys' reaction to punkash.com, because I've picked a lot of this fucking mushroom.
Yeah, I remember you were talking a little bit about it, and you were like, "Oh, we got to go out and pick so much of this stuff and burn it down or whatever." You were trying to describe it to everybody, and it I don't know, it really didn't come out like very well. And everybody's like, "What in the world is this thing?" And then somebody else that's also Alaskan was like, "Oh, okay, he's talking about this, crazy punk ash stuff." And they were like, I smoke a lot of cigarettes, but then like I have like a little bit of this in my mouth, and I smoked a cigarette or something like that, and they just like fucking passed out or something. They were talking about like their whole experience with it, and it was nuts. It was like to the point where you think you're on like harder drugs or something. That's what I guess she was trying to get at.
Everybody's got a different experience with it. What happened to me was I tried it, and the nicotine was so intense, it made the nicotine in the chew so intense that I passed out. I fucking fell asleep for like 30 minutes and had a headache.
So
Jeez.
the bottom of the website, by the way, I first went to punkass.com. It's for sale, by the way. You can buy punkass.com. We should look into that, Mark. But punkash.com, at the very bottom of it, like there's just pictures of the punk ass process. But at the very bottom it says chewing tobacco plus Alaskan punk ash equals Eskimo cocaine. And I'm like, all right, okay, sounds pretty intense.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
party.
what it was on the Alaska State Troopers, their television show. They have one of it's the Grizzly episode, I do believe. They have a native guy in there with his Ickmick, his black bull, and that's what they call it when they mix the chewing tobacco with the punk ash. And yeah, it's I mean, a lot of those Western Alaskan villages, you know, it's a common thing that you'll see out there. Here in the, you know, urbaner parts, there's not a lot of people that do it, but this is, you know, this is where I know where to get it. You know, it went, but you got to go hike several miles to find the trees that it grows on. It's, you know, it grows a lot. There's a lot of it up here, but it's kind of a bitch to get to it. So it definitely is it's a physical activity, and you got to be in shape to go move hundreds of pounds of it if that's what you're allowed. You're allowed a permit, and that's how much you're allowed per year. So,
Jeez.
but if you're on natural or not natural, I'm sorry, if you're on private land, you know, say a homie's got 140 acres, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, clear all these trees. I'll go through and clear out all of that mushroom, and that's thousands and thousands of pounds, you know, but it's all private property, so it's only accessed underneath a privileged, you know, accessibility. It's not like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna fucking steal it from somebody, you know. There's enough of it on properties around that I can, you know, there's and then we also pay people to bring it to us too. So there's a lot of it that grows up here, and this isn't the only place that it grows. So
Crazy.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
And is that just, and you say it's mostly chewing tobacco, but can you smoke it too? Like just put it in like a pipe with some tobacco and smoke it?
well, it's already ash.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you've seen the burning conchs on the website there, right? Yeah, so it's just an ash. All it is it's an ash that you. Some guys will take it and they'll put it in a Ziploc baggie. They'll dump their chew inside of it, and then they'll take a little like fucking, I don't know, a tablespoon of brandy, and they'll dump it in there with the ash, and then mix it together and let it sit for a couple days. So it kind of gives it that taste. You know, some people put whiskey in there, chewing tobacco. There, you know, a lot of people do a little. Everybody does something a little different, but if you just put it in there straight, it gives your chew a real chalky taste. And then also those Alaskan native stores, those village stores, they sell fire leaf tobacco. It's long, fucking huge pieces of tobacco leaf that have been twisted up and they're cured up. So they'll take that, they'll get it real moist, wrap up the punk ash in it, and then they'll chew on chunks of that.
Jeez.
That's what I've been told. I've never been out there. I've never seen it. When I went to Avtech in Seward, there was a buddy of mine that I become friends with. He lived in Kipnuk, Alaska. That's in bumfuck nowhere. That's at the end of the Kuskokwim River. He lives way like as far western Alaska as you can get. Anyways, he tried some of it and he was like, yeah, dude, your punk ash is the fucking shit. So I guess there's a lot of people out there in Alaska that get it, but I'm real specific on how we process it. And, you know, it's just kind of it's a business. So, you know, you got to treat it like a business, and it turns out great. So yeah, everybody go check out punkash.com. My mama and daddy would love you for it.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
I'll give it a
there's
look.
a unique something new for your fucking viewers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put a link in the description. Hell. Maybe I'll get my buddy Harold to try some. He likes his dip.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
your buddy Harold pass out.
I remember Harold going over like state lines and getting some like really strong dip before, and he was just like, I'm gonna double dip this. He's got his whole bottom of his jaw is just tons of dip, and we get like, I don't know, he's just hanging out with everybody. Yeah, there it is.
Is this it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna put a link in it and set it up
I
so
mean,
people can.
I'll say this:
Check it
the
out.
baggies look a bit suspicious. I'll say that.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. We had, there's definitely been some people on our tracker. You know, we can see who checks out our website, and there's been some departments who have checked us out, but it's all legal. It's completely legal to sell
Well, I can-
punkash.
If I were to order it, it would get to Colorado, right?
If you go and order it right now, put a message on there saying that I'm making a YouTube video with Lane right this second, I'm sure that I'll fucking I'll text them right after I'm done talking to you and let them know,
Will do.
and they'll respond.
All right.
Well, I'm definitely ordering some. So.
Give
Yeah,
it a try.
it'll
Yeah.
fucking rock your world. I guarantee it. You fucking try some on your show, we will see the effects of punkash next week or whenever you do this.
Oh, dude, Lane, you got to do that, man.
Okay, now
I'll
Yeah.
I'll go over there and we'll send you some, so we'll get your address and shit, and if you want to try it live, I'm down. That's funny as hell. I love watching
yeah.
white boys pass out.
Damn.
Oh Jesus.
Oh man, Lane, I'm so glad you hopped back on. We were just sitting here making a little podcast with the three of us for like next week, and yeah, all of it out of nowhere, you're just like, guys, I'm fucking back.
Woo! Yeah! The power of weed compels you!
I love this guy. This is great.
Lane, have you ever read the 420 code?
No, what's the 420 code?
So basically, it's just these old stoners got high one time. And they wrote down like some basic like rules of smoking. They're pretty basic, you know, like corner the bowl, glass will break, so be careful, you know, that kind of shit. One of my favorite ones was offer, but do not insist. I was like, fuck yeah. Because I've had people try to push drugs on me. Like people were like, "Hey man, you want some cocaine? Fucking try this cocaine." I'm just like, "Nah, man, I'm already fucking drunk and high. And I'm good. I'm good." But like, I never had somebody with like weed be like, "Fucking smoke this." Nah, man.
You've obviously never been to Lane's house. But it's just weed, right? It's not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey,
Yeah.
I want you to try some of the shit that I made in my fucking bathtub last night. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, been there, done that, right? Yeah.
You know
The guy in the bathtub.
cast iron one. No.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you were telling me about how they had some crazy meth heads like down the road from you stealing a snowmobile or something. You were like, yeah, meth shit happens up in Alaska. A lot of meth.
Dude, okay. Hey, Google man. Okay,
I love it whenever he does that.
look up meth head, or look up what would you call that? Methamphetamine operation Wolverine Avenue, Kasilof, Alaska, and you might get a hit on like the Peninsula Clarion or something. There was this dude and another dude and I don't know, probably some other dudes who were selling meth down the road that owned a house, and they were stealing shit, and it was a big issue. And yeah, they were stashing fucking snow machines out in the swamp that they were stealing, and then yeah, the neighbors put up some signs like saying like pieces of plywood in the fucking trees saying, "Hey, you meth heads are being videoed by the state. Fuck you."
This was Klawak, Alaska,
Klawak. How do you?
on Prince Wales Island.
No, this would be Kasilof, Alaska.
Kasilof.
Jesus.
Eskimo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kasilof.
I'm sorry. I'm
A
still
lot of
looking at-
native names up there and like badass
Well,
names.
no,
'cause
it's
like
so it's
Wolf
Alaskan
Stalker.
Native and Russian.
Oh, that's awesome. That's crazy.
Well, think
Oh,
about it.
Jesus.
Look, you got
Yeah.
Barrow, Bethel,
Hmm.
Antioch, Queethla, Quinnahock, Kenai, Soldotna, Wasilla.
Okay, so I got one. I got one,
Fairbanks.
but so this
That's
one's
cool.
on Tustamina Lake Road and Friendship Avenue. But
Is
it
it a
is in
meth bust?
Castlev. It's a meth bust, yeah.
Well,
Four
that's not
suspects
this
were
road,
arrested.
but that sounds right.
Friendship Ave, Joshua Tree, 30. Yeah, John Fissler, Stacy Whitley.
Sounds like a bunch
And
of fucking
Ashley-
people I wouldn't want to
yeah.
fuck with.
Right, yeah.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ. Yeah, meth is a problem everywhere, even in
Oh, dude,
out in the middle of nowhere, Alaska.
Dude,
Fucking right.
it's a-
There's nothing better to
it's a huge
do. What
meth
do you want
problem
to
in
do?
fucking Illinois, too.
No
Stay up for
meth.
3 days, taking apart this TV and VCR, right? Jesus.
What gets me is when people take meth and then they don't do anything. I'm like, what the fuck?
Some bad meth.
Some bad-
Right?
Homie doesn't know how to make meth, apparently. You know, it's not a very difficult thing. I learned how to do it on Google. I don't do it, but I mean, fuck. The Anarchist Cookbook taught me how to do it when I had that book when I was in high school. That was a great fucking book.
Oh my god. Hey, I wondered this. Like, how do you guys? I'm gonna sound so fucking stupid, but whenever it comes to like school, right? Like, how far away do you have to go to like get to a school, or do they have like a lot of small schools up in Alaska, or just like you travel really far to get
So
there?
it depends on where we're at. This goes back to the regional thing because Alaska's huge. You got to realize Alaska is like 1/5 of the size of the United States.
Bigger than Texas.
Yeah. Way bigger than Texas.
No,
Like
1/5. Like, cut the United
Yeah.
States in 5, and we're one of those.
And
Jesus.
it's sad that 95% of the government owns it.
Yeah, our shit stretches from like San Francisco down to Tampa Bay,
Damn.
and
Yeah.
then like touches up in Wisconsin, and then like fucks around in Texas. Like, it's a huge fucking.
Yeah.
It's a
massive.
giant space. So when it comes to schools, the schools that are on the road system, there's only a handful of them, right? So there's the one south of me, which is Homer, and that's like, I don't know, I think that's probably the Kenai Peninsula School District. So everything on the Kenai Peninsula School District, so that's Homer, Sterling, Kenai, Soldotna, Nikiski, Anchor Point, and Ilchik. Did I say Seward? That area. And then there's the Anchorage part, right? There's a lot of people that live in Anchorage. Well, a lot of people. And then there's the Valley, the Matsu district, right? And then there's like that northern North Slope district. And then there's the YK district, the Yukon Delta. And then out on the Aleutian chain, I'm sure they have something. And then the Dillingham, Bering Sea area, I'm sure they have something too. I'm just not familiar with those areas at all. But I know that we have the boroughs are in charge of the school districts. So like the Kenai Peninsula, so we have boroughs up here, right? You guys have counties. We got boroughs. So, but like New York's got boroughs. Like Queens isn't a borough, right? So
Okay.
it's just it's a county basically. It's you guys' version of a county. So I live on the Kenai Peninsula borough, and so they consider the Kenai Peninsula one slot. Like, that's a fucking flop. There's 4 or 5 different hunting regions in this area. I'm in 15B, right? So like, that's my hunting area. Like, if I wanted to go hunting on my land in my area, or like out where it's allowed, my area is 15B because that's the area I live in. But Soldotna's like on the other side of the creek down the way. So, and they're 15A, I believe. I don't know, but it's all regions and it's all broken down by the boroughs, and that's also how like the hunting the regulations go. So like the Kenai Peninsula is its own shit, and then like the Kenai River specifically, it's its own shit. Like, you can't build anything within 50 feet of the riverbank, and anything that you do within like 150 feet, you have to get a permit done, and you have to get it passed by the Corps of Engineers and the state and the Kenai River. It's just it's a fucking mess. So as far as it goes for schools, they're all just done by the elected officials in the borough school district. So we have one guy that we vote for the administrative huge deal, and then he, it's just a fucking typical politics. That's basically what it boils down to. It's just it's the Kenai Peninsula School District politics that run the fucking school district, and that's how it's all worked out. I don't know.
How long would you say the farthest drive is? So, like, if you're on the outskirts of the school system, how long do you say, like, the farthest drive would be?
Well, I'm thinking about it. Ask me these questions after I'm done rambling so that I can get back to the topics that we actually asked about, because I'll just fucking get going.
Oh.
Distance. My high school I grew up, it was a mile away. I could have walked to it. I'm on the road system. There were some of my buddies that lived 20 miles away. They were on the same fucking school bus. You know what I mean? Like, the bus would pick us up early. We'd be on the bus for like an hour. We'd go up the road. We'd come back down the road, pick everybody up. And so, there's school buses here that pick kids up. When I lived in Bethel, the only time that they ever shut down school is at 44 below.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was cold.
Yeah. Is it true that like
You don't say.
a thing of bacon costs like $20, and like bread costs like it's higher there, right? Because of the like importing, exporting. There's not a lot of
Bro, everything's higher here. So it depends. Like where I live in an urban area. My shit's probably right around where your guys' shit is. I'm really only like 3 days away on the road. You know what I mean? So when they bring up vegetables and stuff, it's all in a shipping container on the back of a truck, or you can put it on a plane and it's going to cost more, but it'll get here. Or you can put it on a barge and then you ship that shit out of Seattle or whatever coastal place that gets shipped out of to Alaska, and then you go pick it up. So like out in Bethel, you got to put everything on a barge to ship it out there, unless you're a billionaire and you want to pay the mailing people a lot, because shipping's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Right. But on a note, shipping shit out of Bethel, like, I don't know. I never understood these terrorist people. Like, if they ever wanted to do something bad, go to Bethel and get on, that airport is terrible, dude. The security's a joke. It's like, fucking, you want to get away with some shit? Started in Bethel. Huh, that was fucked up. I mean, there's a lot of things about Bethel that are bad. It's not a very good place. It's like they call it the armpit of Alaska. Anyways, I'm getting off subject again. Out there's only 5 miles of road. So the kids don't really got to go all that far to get to school. But on the days where the wind chill's -30 and it's fucking 10 below, it feels like it's 40 below outside and your car just won't start because it's so fucking cold. So Bethel's unique. There's no trees or mountains to stop all the weather from the Bering Sea. And so it just goes across that tundra and then it smacks Bethel in the ass. And it's just a fucking nasty place to live. It's just not a nice part of Alaska. But if you can handle Bethel, you can handle any part of Alaska. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Nice. Crazy.
So do you guys ever like worry about like Russia?
No, not really. There's a lot of Russians that live here. There's actually a couple Russian villages here. Yeah, there's a Russian village called Nikolai. They're north of Homer. I've never been there. There wasn't very many Russian kids that went to school with us. They kind of stayed to their own, really. Then again, there could be Russians that do hang out with other people and they're normal. I mean, they're not from Russia. They've lived here for a while, they're Russian. So there's Russian Orthodox churches all over the place, like old school 1800s type, fucking cool crosses and shit.
I find it like really alarming that there's a place called Russian Mission.
Russian Mission.
Yeah.
That sounds like a godforsaken fuck place in Alaskan tundra.
Yeah. It's just north of you. Probably, I don't know, 200 miles north.
Go get on your couch.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so close, and I guess, we're not on the best of terms with Russia, as America. So I guess it would be a little alarming, especially because you find like planes are flying close to Alaska all the time, like jets or something, or like their boats are parked like just right outside the OK line. I don't know. It'd freak me out a little bit.
What are they going to do? I mean, what are they going to do? This is the largest oil field reserve that the national government has. The United States government would send up, we have like 3 military bases up here. Fuck the Russians. Are you kidding me?
Right.
If they really wanted to start shit, you know how much shit's buried out in the tundra that's ready to blow their shit out of the fucking water? I mean, if we're going to be realistic here, there's a lot of land that's owned by the government up here. Like 98% of it's federal land. Luke, Google, man, Google up how much fucking federal land's owned in Alaska. It's crazy. I mean, like the private land ownership's under 1%. For the largest state in America.
60%.
How much?
60. Only 60%.
60. Well, I was fucking wrong. See, there's that dyslexia. 96s, I get shit fucked up.
I think part of the thing was that when I was looking at that earlier, we were talking about that earlier before you hopped off and then back on. I was seeing a lot of like federal clearing. So I think they were just selling a bunch of land lately.
Look up how much the oil reserve is compared to how much the oil companies are allowed to, because I'm pretty sure the Federal Reserve is like way larger than what they allow private corporations. Maybe that's the numbers that I got fucked up with. But I mean, there's a lot of raw land up here. It's just there's a lot of unused land out here. There's like 1 acre per person.
Shit.
Fuck.
So what do you guys do for like agriculture then? Just the fishing? Just the fishing
So
industry is
the valley has a little bit of fucking like they grow stuff up there. There's some farm stuff. It's just not really. The winters are so long. Why fucking fight it? And then our summer's kind of short. We can't really start it like right now. Everybody in Texas and shit, they're all starting their plants. They're starting spring's coming. Everything's melting off.
They're already playing in Illinois too. I saw some of that when I was down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I got? Let me show you.
I think we're about to see a greenhouse, boys.
That's my hand.
Whoa. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Hey man, hey Lane, turn off your background blur.
What?
You have a background blur on?
So hold on, hang on. Let's fix this.
Hey, it's Alaska. It has bad service. We got it.
Is that any better?
Hold on.
What the?
Hold on. Now we just got bad signal, I think.
I honestly I don't know.
I can't tell if it's
I can't tell either.
I can't tell if it's bad signal or it's just
Dude, I think
show
that
your
my
face
fucking...
again.
Hang on, I think it's my phone. I think my phone's fucked up. Because look, it's just
it's all over the place. I like it.
I'm going to leave and then pop back on. Sorry I do this, but hang on one second. Maybe that'll fix it.
All right. When he comes back, act like we can't hear him.
Oh, just act like you can't hear.
And like move your mouth like you're saying things, but don't actually like let any sound come out.
There you go. Lane, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you okay, man?
I didn't expect him to come back. I didn't expect him to come back. And he's
that was cool though.
Just smoking fucking weed, just having a good old time. I was like, hell yeah, that's cool. Yes. Yeah, he's.
Are we gonna chop it up?
I don't know, man. I think we just do it like we were planning on one video and then in the next. I'll just put them up like 2 days apart instead of like a week apart.
Okay. That's cool.
No
That'll be
big
funny.
deal.
I think people will enjoy it. Lane's a character. Like he's always like this too. I've just been like talking to him like on Snapchat and stuff. I think I remember adding him whenever he was in Colorado or something. And bullshitting.
All right.
I think we're forever fucked. I can't really get. I don't know how to fix this, guys. I'm really sorry, but yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I got a bunch of snow out here. I'm gonna walk up to the snow because obviously, hang on, we're gonna go this way, right? Is that the way
Yep.
it was?
Yep.
Yeah, that'll
Does
work
that
out.
screw up your recording though? Cause
Nah.
okay. Like, there's a shitload of snow out here. Just tons of it.
That's
I don't know if you can see that video or not, but I'm gonna go back inside.
What kind of trees do you usually see up there?
Yeah, I don't know when he started following me on Snapchat. I'm not on Snapchat anymore right now, but that's what I was using for a while, and I met all kinds of crazy people on Snapchat.
Yeah. I think I started following you maybe right after you came back from Denver or I mean from Colorado or whatever.
Oh,
And
great!
I was interested in Alaska, and like you were up there and you were just talking about all the cool things in Alaska. Like, yeah, you can walk around with a big K-bar and it's like totally legal and you don't get shit for it, And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then you were talking about Bethel, Alaska, and I was like, oh, that's really cool too. And like you just always are like full of like interesting stuff that you were like putting up on Snapchat and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Alaska is so cool. And then we just started chit chatting and everything. So it's pretty cool.
Fucking A.
I've seen, I've watched like your whole process of you building your cabin pretty much through like you doing it on Snapchat and everything. And I gotta say, I don't think I could do it because I am not as good as you whenever it comes to that. But it's really
Mark,
fucking cool.
you just have to be really good at handling your wood.
And that's where I struggle.
No, I had a lot of help. Oh, there we go. Camera failing. I had a lot of help from a friend. So, in this build, I've built a lot of stuff. I've helped out with building a lot of stuff. But I mean, I know how to do a lot of stuff, just not. I don't know. There's some things that I do and some things I don't know how to do. So I went to school at Avtech in Seward, Alaska for construction and plumbing and heating. So I have a background in that. I got a certificate saying I went to school. So, there's that. But a lot of the stuff I learned how to do just by getting jobs that paid cash so that I could smoke weed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, man. You work to live. You live to work.
Speaking of which, I don't like Alaskan marijuana industry. For the record, this is going to be something that we can talk about in another episode. And I'm actually going to write shit out now because I got a lot of shit to talk about, I guess, that you guys could find interesting and whoever else fucking follows you. I don't know. I figure people who watch us are probably equally as weird, but that's up for those people to decide. You got to look at yourself in the morning in the mirror, right? So
there we go. I know my mom watches every episode. And then she talks to me about
whose mom? Your mom?
Yeah, my mom. Mark's mom.
Mark, I can't see your fucking face. You're just a dot to me right now. You look like some Jersey Shore douchebag with a New York shirt on.
What?
What? Oh, Jesus. What? No. I don't know what that is.
That's what you are. I could take a screenshot of it and share it with everybody, but that's I don't see your face talking to me. It's just some weird like Jersey Shore douchebag picture.
Wow, are we getting hacked right now? Or is somebody cutting into our stream? Shit.
I really hope it's not a picture of me from like really long ago.
Dude, I don't know.
Damn it, that's probably what it is.
You know, Mark, it looks like it looks like I'm gonna take and I don't know how to. Can I send this to you guys?
I don't know.
Oh
Probably.
yeah, no, Mark, I know what he's talking about. Your picture when you had like shorter hair and you're like
Oh yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, you are wearing that white New York shirt. Yeah, okay.
All right.
It's just your contact.
There you go.
photo.
It's like a fucking white douchebag. It's cool. I still love you, Mark. Yeah,
Little bit.
I hate on
Little
everybody. I love you though.
Mm.
Not
Honestly-
homosexually.
No homo, man. No homo.
No homo. Now I'm disappointed. You don't love
I
me that
still
much,
love
do
you if
you?
you're homosexual, but I don't love you homosexually. Let's put it that way.
Shit.
Well, boys, these headphones are starting to hurt my ears, and I gotta get these videos edited. So I think we're gonna wrap this one up. Little bong rip for the road. Thanks for coming on, Lane. We really didn't expect you to come back, but man, so glad you did. It's great hearing from you today. As always, everybody, if you want to support our channel, the best thing you can do, like the video, comment down below whatever thoughts you have, good, bad, positive. We don't care. Just try not to be mean to people. Share the video with your friends, and above all else, like I cannot stress this enough, subscribe to our channel. That's what we
Yes.
need you to do. Just subscribe. I don't care if you never watch our videos again. Subscribe and forget about us. It'll be hard though. Yeah, we're getting close to 100. We're so close to 100. Lane,
Yeah.
Lane, your mic's muted.
My mic's muted.
My
No, other Lane. Other Lane.
Yeah,
Other
I'm just
than-
saying,
Oh.
I'm just saying, we're trying to get to 100. We're almost there, so let's try.
Yeah,
it.
we're almost to 100.
You
Help
can
us
help.
get there. And after 100, we're gonna go for 1,000. And then we're coming for you, PewDiePie. We're gonna beat you.
We're coming for you, PewDiePie. There we go.
Who's PewDiePie?
You don't
God.
need to know.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Lane is very
He's
isolated.
gonna be a
up there in
nobody
Alaska.
before too long. We're gonna surpass him. He'll fade in existence.
I honestly don't know who this individual is. I don't fucking hang out on the internet too long. I have a Reddit account, but it's specifically so that I can learn how to grow pot to the ultimate weed. But yeah, I don't
There
give
you
a
go.
fuck about anybody in this life. So I just smoke a bunch of pot and live my own life. So that's what I do.
Hey man, that's the way it should be.
Amen.
You guys seem pretty cool. So thank you for having me on the fucking show.
Yeah, dude. Thanks. For
Yeah, man.
being
Yeah,
on.
man.
And I can't wait to have you on again. That's gonna be pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Fucking right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, we'll give you an update when Lane gets his punkash, and we'll make sure you're there for
Yeah.
that.
Hey, you know what? That would be really cool. I mean, it's my parents' thing that they do, but you know, whatever helps out, you know, it's fucking Corona
Yeah.
season hit everybody fucked up. So it helps them, it helps me, it helps you, it you know, yeah, all that
I
shit.
think I'm
So
gonna get extra super fucked up though because I didn't
Oh.
do to begin with. So
Lane,
Dude,
Lane,
I'm
just
gonna
eat
have
the
to
whole
get
bag,
chew-
dude.
I'm gonna
Just
have
eat
to
the
get-
whole bag.
no, I have to like mix it with my chew, right?
Yeah.
I'll send you a video. Or you know what we'll do? You guys let me know next time, and then I'll have all the shit ready right here, and I'll get my camera figured out so I can mix it all right here, and we'll fucking, yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Crazy.
We can learn how to do it. Do it just right.
Fucking right.
All right, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as always,
Solid.
like, sub, and you know what? We're gonna drop Lane's information down here. Until next time,
Again?
this is episode 25. Thanks for being here.
All right.
Two
Peace out.
for one hand.